Well, good morning, YouTube. It's Byers M66. Haven't been doing much lately. Sorry I haven't posted anything. But, you know how things get. I was sick for a while. Those dust storms, excuse me, the dust storms I went through in New Mexico and into Texas kind of took their toll on me. I have a lung kind of condition, and it was fine. And those dust storms, I guess, really took more of a toll on me than I thought, because I've been out of work for 3 weeks and really not doing anything, with like pneumonia type symptoms. But not having pneumonia, just my lungs are messed up. But they're okay now. And pay attention here. And I'm back on the road. But I haven't put anything up really, and I wanted to. And I needed to take a ride up to deliver a part for my father to a machine shop up in Berlin. So it's a beautiful Thursday morning. It's, see if it'll tell us the temperature. It was, at my house, it was 42. It's now 53. And broke out the winter gloves. So I figured we'd just take a trip on up, shoot a little video. It's really weird riding with the winter gloves, because I don't have the feel like I'm used to. So my clutching sucks. It takes a while for me to get back into like winter mode. That, and I had to put the liner in my jacket. Excuse me. I'll be coughing on and off, so just bear with it. I had to put the liner in the jacket. So it's fall. I got to break out the fleece line jeans and get those ready for riding. The bike did not want to start this morning at all. I haven't started it in 2 weeks, and I haven't ridden it in maybe, I don't know, maybe almost 3. So I was a little angry with me, but we're all sorted out now, and he's fine. Not a whole heck of a lot to talk about today. There was one thing I noticed this morning while I was checking the news, and it really just saddened me, because, hang on. Let's just get up on the highway here. Yeah, missed that shift. I can't feel the clutch properly like I normally would, so I'm missing shifts. Oh well, let me get out my lane. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Wall Street Journal this morning had an article, and the crux of the article was that 50% of American households are receiving some kind of federal aid. That's just pathetic. You know, I understand that the economy is in dumps, and that it's tough out there. Believe me, I know. You know, my family, my wife and I have made the conscious decision to have one of us home when the kids get home and when they go to school. And what does that mean? Well, that means that one of us has to work part-time and take care of the house. That person's me. You know, it was a logical choice, so I'm doing it. What that also means is that the income coming in isn't up to what it could be. And that's fine too. We made that choice. And you try to live within your means. And we don't take any federal aid. We take no aid. Could we use it? Yeah, I could always use a couple extra bucks. But living by the choices that we made. But to see that 50%, and this is once again, through Wall Street Journal, are receiving some kind of aid. What happened? What happened to America of my youth? And I'm not that old, so, you know, I call my youth in the 70s and the 80s. I just don't understand how we've gotten so bad. I mean, I do understand that, hey, Harley guy, I do understand that it's bad choices of presidents that we've had, both Republican and Democratic. And I understand that as a society we've gotten very materialistic. And you know what? Everybody is guilty of that. Everybody. In some way or another, I'm guilty of it. I got more shit than I need. But to see that kind of statistic, just the great nation that we once were is a bit tarnished. It's a lot tarnished. And it just bothered me. I put it up on my Facebook so my friends could see it. I'll know I'll catch flack from the bleeding hearts, the guys who are, oh, you know, the government's evil, the government's this. You know, sometimes it is. Too much government, not a good thing. Too much entitlement, definitely not a good thing. Because when you have entitlement, you have no incentive to work. Without incentive to work, why bother? You know, I work just because I like to work. I like to be productive. I like to contribute something to something other than myself and my family. It helps my family because I do get paid. But I do a lot of work that I don't get paid for, just because I feel it's necessary. Anyways, away from the point. It was just a sad article. You can read it in today's Wall Street Journal. So there was that. The other thing, I'm checking out some videos of those jackasses, and I am saying they're jackasses, on Wall Street. All those protesters. You watch these videos, and this is what you normally see, predominantly what you see. I know there's other people other than what I'm going to talk about. There's probably a lot of good people out there. I think they're all good people. I just think a lot of them might be misguided, misinformed, or out there with another agenda. But anyways, so you watch these videos of these protesters in Wall Street in New York City. Predominantly, they're 18 to 25. Predominantly alternate lifestyle and or hippie generation. And when you listen to them talk, and a lot of the younger ones are all college students, so they have no concept of you know, working to sustain a living. Now, they may work, but they work to sustain their education, to you know, to help them buy their munchies and gas and pot and booze and, you know, maybe pay for some of their living expenses, but predominantly they don't really work. And when they work in you know, less desirable jobs. Nothing wrong with those jobs. I actually enjoy working in less desirable jobs. I find them more fulfilling, but that's just me. I'm a little messed up, I guess. But I'm watching these guys, and you hear them talk, and it's a total, like, socialist utopia world that they're trying to get, which absolutely could never happen. Ever, ever, ever. Anybody who might be watching this that is one of those type of people, I understand your want for a better place and a want for a better society. I'm a parent. That's all I can hope for, is a better society for my kids. However, I know history, and it just will never exist. You're never going to find that utopia society where there's no war and everybody's equal and everybody loves each other. We should love we should be loving each other like crazy and helping each other like crazy and not worrying about anything but, you know, how everybody else is doing. But it ain't going to happen because it's not in our society's makeup. It's not in any society's makeup. So, watch those videos. You'll get a chuckle because you hear some of these knuckleheads talking, and you see how they're dressed. And I know it's very superficial how they're dressed, but it says a lot about who they are and what they're trying to be. Now, 20 years from now, I bet some of those individuals that look back and they're like, wow. Well, that was a chapter in my life I'm not really proud of, but they're living it now. So anyways, that amused me, also kind of pissed me off. And the news agencies always put up like the worst of it. This morning's big news bits was, oh, it got violent. Well, if you watch, it did get violent. You got these knuckleheads, these morons, pushing against cops. You push against the cop, all they can do is push back. It's physics. Force in one direction promotes force in another direction. At least I think it's physics. I'm not a brainiac. So anyways, yeah, that's it. That's a rant. Aside from that, just cruising along. Now I'm looking down, and the fact that I don't have my riser makes it a lot easier for me to see. I took the riser off. I think I might have posted a video, I don't know. Took it off a while ago. Just wanted to... I need the visual. I need to be able to see unencumbered. And for the trip, it was fantastic. It did exactly what I wanted. But for scooting around the state and my shorter trips, I'm finding that I'm not using the dash itself because I don't need the GPS. I know where I am. I can pretty much find my way around all of New England and not worry about getting lost. So I don't need the GPS. You saw what happened with the phone, so that's in my pocket. I don't really need it. Well, that's often. I'm trying to make a decision as to what I want to do with it. But I'm also looking down and I realize if I'm not paying attention, I'm doing 80 miles an hour. So that's something. It's an awesome day out. We're supposed to have great weather for the next 5 days, which is nice. We just had rain, drizzle, it just sucks. And again, I haven't been feeling the best, so I haven't been doing anything fun. I want to get out and start doing stuff fun, and I got hunting season coming up. I got to get the bow out. That's already started. I just haven't even done that. So really, that is it. I really do want to get on a nice little weekend trip that doesn't involve search and rescue, and just get the bike out and ride. Last weekend I was up in Vermont, in Marlboro, Vermont, helping out on a search. This weekend looks like we're going to be back in the same area. So there's 2 weekends shot. No riding. So hopefully I can get some time out. I figured this was a great opportunity to get the bike out. I could have taken the car out, but the car will cost me, $20 bucks. The bike will cost me $5. Unfortunately, there's really not a good back roads way for me to get to where I need to go, so I got to stay on the highway. It'll be interesting to see how the wind noise is. I forgot what the wind noise was like with the bearing set up as its stock configuration. He was in a rush. Anyways, that's going to be about it. Maybe I'll pick up later. I'm going to try to shut this thing off. These gloves, I don't have the... Oh, that motherfucker's ripping by. Oops, sorry about that F-bomb. Wow, he just scared the crap out of me. But as I was saying, I don't have the manual dexterity with these gloves to shut this thing off. So, we'll see what happens. So I'll talk to y'all later.